that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal. I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked or when it's part of my job.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved to win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Stephen A. Smith believes Manny Pacquiao clearly did enough to win against Mario Barrios. He called out the judges for what he sees as a robbery, stating that while everyone has their opinion, this one just doesn't sit right, because Pacquiao outperformed Barrios. Bobby Pacquiao agreed, expressing surprise at the outcome and questioning what the judges were watching to call it a draw. While he believes Manny did more than enough, he added that they have no choice but to accept the decision, even if it feels deeply unfair.
Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring, or 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know the score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised, but anyway, the judges and the decision is now. Let's accept. I will accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus with family.
In a post-fight interview, rising star Kermel Moton shared his thoughts on the controversial outcome of Pacquiao versus Barrios. Moton confidently said he thought Manny won, but acknowledged that the judges ruled it a draw. His comments reflect the growing disconnect between fan opinion and official scoring. Moton also hinted that a rematch is unlikely, adding more disappointment to an already frustrating situation. Given Manny's age and Barrios' status as a current champion, the decision not only shocked fans, but also closed the door on what could have been an iconic comeback story.
Pro Boxing fans here with Kamel Moton. Kamel, we've just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved to win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel in the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. And so yeah, that'd be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've heard a lot of very skilled fighters.
Expectations were always going to be difficult to manage for a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. People often forget how time impacts a fighter's speed, reflexes, and power. But despite no longer being in his prime, Manny performed at a surprisingly high level.
Pacquiao last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw, and the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't been watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised, and it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right.
His ring, IQ, footwork, and heart carried him through each round, showing flashes of the legendary fighter who once ruled multiple divisions. Fans and analysts praised his ability to control moments in the fight, even against a much younger opponent. While no one expected a prime Pacquiao performance, he showed more than enough to earn respect. The online boxing community erupted with outrage after the decision point. One of the loudest voices came from BKS Secret Sports on X, formerly Twitter. His post went viral, claiming Manny Pacquiao was robbed and had completely outboxed Barrios. Fans quickly rallied behind his words, sharing similar frustration over what they saw as a biased result. One fan wrote, "Pacquiao just got robbed. Wow, he completely dominated Barrios." Barrios didn't impact this fight whatsoever. Pac threw better combos, entertained the crowd more, and was simply the better fighter tonight. Super rigged. Manny outboxed Barrios in the worst way possible. Are we serious? Despite debates around power shots and punch stats, fans repeatedly pointed to one fact. Manny looked like he did more than Barrios throughout the fight. While critics argued that Manny didn't push for a knockout or fade Barrios late, his performance was far from passive. He moved better, landed cleaner combinations, and dictated the pace for most of the match. Many were puzzled as to why Barrios was credited equally on the scorecards. Even if age limited Pacquiao's output, he still appeared to outperform Barrios round after round.
Right? And
Okay.
then 2 114s.
I thought Manny won.
Close fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last
But
5
still,
rounds,
yeah,
before the 12,
I had the
it was-
same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
Great job by Manny Pacquiao. He's 46 years old.
4
you know?
years old, 46. Look,
Yeah, I mean,
and you know
it's-
boxing, so people can't say
Yeah,
that you're biased or you're just
No,
a
no,
straight.
I think he did great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age, you know.
Regardless-
He's not the Manny that we used to know, but you know, thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose.
Yes.
It was close to Jeff Horn. He didn't lose. Bradley won. He didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
Yes.
Another angry fan didn't hold back after hearing the scores. His reaction echoed thousands of others who felt the decision was a complete injustice. He posted, "The judges in Las Vegas must be on drugs. Maybe they got paid under the table." Manny Pacquiao dominated Barrios. He won 11 out of 12 rounds, if not every single one. What a disgrace. Looking at the fight round by round, many analysts agreed. Manny clearly won at least 6 rounds, often landing clean shots using his trademark speed and setting up flashy combos that excited the crowd. Even Barrios admitted post-fight that Pacquiao is still an incredible fighter with surprising power. What frustrated fans the most was how close the scorecards were. Had just one more round gone to Manny, he would have walked away with the win.
Opponents have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds, and so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more round, in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, you know, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey, man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work. And you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios. He has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up. And it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have... Because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in it the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you couldn't mess with a 46-year-old? Like, Manny. They always say, like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take him out. I think a lot of people thought it like, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46-year-old should win.
Before stepping back into the ring, Manny faced a lot of concern from fans and boxing insiders. Many warned him about the risks of fighting at 46, especially against a younger, active opponent. But Pacquiao proved them wrong that he not only lasted all 12 rounds, he looked sharp, alert, and composed. His footwork held up, his conditioning impressed, and his ability to time punches remained intact. Rather than being a sad farewell, this fight became a moment of redemption, showing that Manny still belongs in the conversation among elite fighters.